Hello everyone. Hello. Hello. Welcome to this Sacral chakra REIKI balancing video. It's a bit of a mouthful, but today is the second video in the chakra balancing series. If you haven't watched the first one on the root chakra, then I'll link it up above here so you can watch that. So today's video is about the sacral chakra, which is located about four fingers underneath your belly button. It is the second chakra, and it has everything to do with our creativity, our relationships, our sexuality, our emotions, and also our gut feeling, our intuition. So I'll go quickly over the sort of symptoms when it comes to an underactive versus an overactive sacral chakra, so that you know whether or not this video will do you any benefit, if it's something that you need or not. So people with an underactive sacral chakra a lot of times are out of touch with their own emotions. They'll put the needs of other people before their own. They're also out of touch with their creativity, maybe going through some creative and sexual blocks. And in relationships, they have a tendency to be needy, codependent, kind of unable to stand on their own, in their own energy, if that makes sense. They need someone else to feel safe or to feel completed. People with an overactive sacral chakra tend to have a hard time managing and balancing their emotions. They might experience a lot of aggression, a lot of anger. A lot of times in relationships, they'll deal with issues like jealousy, being overly controlling of the other person. They might also deal with addiction issues. It could be addiction to food, to sex, to certain emotions, even to money, gambling, power. So normally when the chakra is balanced, when the energies in the chakra are balanced, we have harmonious relationships with others, where there is a sense of space for the other person to grow and be themselves. There is a sense of trust. There's no anxiety when the other person kind of goes off on their own, doing their own thing, which comes into play with trust. And when the chakra is balanced, you also are in tune with your intuition. There's currently a pigeon outside of my windowsill, so you might hear him or her hooting. I think that's what owls do, but whatever you call pigeon calls. I think he's asking me to feed him, but we're just gonna ignore him for now. So, when the sacral chakra is balanced, we are in touch with our intuitions, our emotions are more balanced, creativity flows a lot easier. So, if that sounds like something that you want, something that you're working on, then this video is perfect for you. I'll be doing a combination of REIKI and crystal healing. There will be some louder sounds. I'll be tapping on crystals today. and I'll also be playing with light. So, if you wanted to watch this video specifically for sleep and you know with your own personal preferences that it's hard to fall asleep to tapping videos, then I will link a playlist up above with videos that only have soothing, calm sounds. So, that was a very long intro for today's video. Let's go straight into it. Alright, so I have my incense, and we're going to light it using this candle. As always, I like to cleanse the space around us before we get started. Oh. Did you see that catch fire again? That was weird. Alright. So if you want to receive the most out of this video, I invite you to get comfortable. Allow your body to become more relaxed. Once you're in a comfortable position, sitting down, laying down, bring your attention to your breath. And start pulling your breath down towards your belly button. Allow yourself to connect in with your sacral chakra. Again, it's located about 4 fingers underneath your belly button. So just connect in with that space in your body without changing anything. Just notice how it feels over there. Does it feel open and free, relaxed? Does it feel tense? Or does it feel numb? Maybe you don't get any sensations at all. That's fine too. So without any judgment at all, just notice. And just moving the smoke around your body while you connect in, just to cleanse the most outer layers of our energetic field and to prep us energetically for the session ahead. So, I will be drawing some Reiki symbols into your auric field to help energetically activate today's session. We're going to do the balancing sandwich since we want to focus on balancing the sacral chakra. So, starting with chakra, chakra, chakra. Just pressing that deeper into your energetic body. And then the balancing symbol itself. Say REIKI, say REIKI, say REIKI. And the activating symbol again. Chakra, chakra, chakra. Good. I will continue burning this incense. I'll just pop it off to the side here. There. Okay. So let's just start by sweeping over your whole body very gently. we want to create some movement in your whole aura. Even though this video is specifically focused on the sacral chakra, before we dive into that part of the body, I just want to tend to the rest of your body. So just moving any stagnant energy. Okay. So now that we've sort of flushed the other chakras and allowed some initial movement already through those energy points, I am going to go in deeper into the sacral chakra, and I want you to imagine that this right here is your belly. I want you to be able to see what I do. If I were to use the camera as your body, I'd be working over here where you can't see me. And since I know that half of you guys are watching this for the ASMR triggers, I want to make sure that what I'm doing is in frame right here. So just imagine that this little window you're watching is placed right in front of your belly, where I'll be doing the work today. So let's start first by pulling some energies out of that chakra. And to do that, I have two tools. I have my light pen, which I'm going to use to look deeper into your chakra. And then I also have this beautiful blue chalcedony, which I'll give you guys a little close-up of. Make sure my face is not visible so I can actually focus. There we go. This is the most beautiful blue I've ever seen. The light cornflower blue, I would say. And this is a very calming crystal, very balancing. And I'm going to use the tip along with the light to make very small incisions to allow any of that excess energy to drain out. So I'm just using the light to look for those spots in your sacral chakra where there might be a little bit of excess activity, excess energy. And we're just making very small incisions. You won't feel this. We're doing this on an energetic level. But this will help us kind of drain out the more inflamed parts of the sacral chakra, if that makes sense. The parts that are very activated, overactive. And the blue chalcedony will help calm down those parts. Okay. So now that we have made incisions, I'm just going to go in and pull out any sort of habitual patterns that we are holding on to that aren't good for us. As I mentioned in the introduction, the sacral chakra has everything to do with our relationships, and mainly the relationships outside of our primary family. So relationships with friends, romantic relationships, colleagues, neighbors, And I want to pull out those relationship patterns that aren't good for us, in ways in which we're holding ourselves back, or ways in which maybe we are the ones actually controlling other people. I just want to pull out that discomfort. And then pulling out any emotional patterns, emotional aggravation, allowing the channels to flow freely again, to open up, so that the emotions don't fester. There's a free flow of movement, of emotions. And pulling out any patterns that block us from tapping into our creativity. And then taking out the blocks that hinder us from hearing and feeling our intuition, our gut instinct. Those things, those messages that we hear that might not seem logical, but you can feel there's a visceral response to a situation, a person. Sometimes you feel like something's off or something's about to happen. So clearing the pathways to allow, again, that intuition to flow freely. And then lastly, taking out any blocks when it comes to sexuality, either when it's being repressed or when we're relying too heavily on it to fill a void inside of us. Allowing our sexuality to come back to its natural kind of balancing point. Of course, this is going to be different from person to person, but allowing it to come back to our sort of best place, our homeostasis. Okay. Just having another look into the chakra. That looks good. Okay. So now, just want to go in with this beautiful carnelian to root down any little bits that we might have missed. See if we can get this to focus. There we go. Carnelian is very nourishing, grounding. So, just using this, bringing it through your energetic field here by your sacral chakra. residual excess energy to be absorbed by the carnelian. Okay. Just a little bit more there. Then, now that we have worked on settling the energy, I want to bring some lightness. I want to uplift the energy in your sacral, bring back the movement, and allow the flow of energy to be more free flowing. So it's not like we're going to overactivate the chakra again. What we're doing is uplifting the energy, giving it more space to take up, so that things just flow a little better. There's a space for everything, if that makes sense. I have two different crystals for that we'll be using. First of all, I have this heat-treated citrine point, which is just so stunning. I'm going to use this point here to access parts of the chakra that are underactive, that need some of that upliftment. And then we're going to go in with this yellow calcite, which I'm not sure the camera or the light will pick up on it. But the front of this yellow calcite is actually a tiny bit on the orange side. The yellow calcite ties in with the solar plexus, which is the next chakra we'll be doing in the upcoming video, but it also connects in with your sacral. So I'm using this stone particularly to uplift that energy, to allow the energy to flow up to the solar plexus chakra, the one above it. Since all chakras are connected, we want a sort of free flow of energy between the chakras, because one feeds the other. So I'm going to take my citrine point and just sort of poke at any spots that seem underactive, and then go in with the calcite. And just activate those spots. A lot of times underactive spots really are just spots that are very dense and closed off, so we want to open them up. You might feel some release here as we open up these spots, which is very normal. Last one. Good. And then the last crystal I have selected for today is probably one of my favorite types of crystals. It's a rainbow moonstone. This one has a blue flash, which might be hard to catch on camera because you need to hold it at like a specific position. Yeah, I don't think the camera's going to pick up on it, but that's fine. So I'm going to use the rainbow moonstone as a sort of sealant to really balance and integrate everything that we just did. And to provide with a layer of protection over the chakra. Okay. So let's go in with some Reiki. Again, I'm holding my hands just in front of your belly here. Allowing the Reiki to shuffle any energy, any sort of remaining bits that maybe we weren't able to get to. Allowing the energetic pathways, the meridians, to open up, to come back to balance. Really good. Okay. I have prepared a couple of affirmations, as I did in the previous video on the root chakra. Now that we're sort of rebalanced and settled in, I want to speak to your subconscious mind, and in a sense put some positive spells on you to ensure that chakra stays balanced and continuously moves towards that balancing point. I allow my creativity to flow freely through me. I allow my creativity to flow freely through me. I allow my creativity to flow freely through me. Next one. I let go of past feelings that are no longer serving me. I let go of past feelings that are no longer serving me. I let go of past feelings that are no longer serving me. I allow my intuition to guide me. I allow my intuition to guide me. I allow my intuition to guide me. I enjoy pleasure in all areas of life. I enjoy pleasure in all areas of life. I enjoy pleasure in all areas of life. Last one. I release any relationship patterns that are no longer serving me. I release any relationship patterns that are no longer serving me. I release any relationship patterns that are no longer serving me. So those were the affirmations for today. Before I let you go, I'm just going to take some time to fluff up your aura. Give you an extra layer of protection, an extra layer of resilience. Okay. So, that was it for today's video. I truly hope that you enjoyed. If you are fast asleep in dreamland, then sweet dreams. I hope you wake up feeling refreshed. If you are still awake and you feel called to, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week for another